Waiters, what's the worst first date you've ever seen? I was working the dinner shift at Olive Garden when this couple came in. The guy looked nervous, kept checking his phone, and the girl seemed super put together, like scary, organized. She had this leather folder thing with her that I thought was maybe work stuff. They ordered wine and started talking normally. He was asking about her job. She was laughing at his jokes. Typical first date stuff. I brought their breadsticks and heard her say something about how much she loved Italian food because it was efficient carbs. That should have been my first red flag. About 20 minutes in, I'm refilling their water when she goes, "So when this ends tonight, do you prefer text breakups or in-person ones?" The guy literally choked on his wine. I pretended not to hear and walked away, but I could see his face from across the restaurant. Pure confusion. He laughed it off like she was joking, but she wasn't laughing back. She opened that leather folder and pulled out what looked like a printed form. "I'm not even kidding. I'm just trying to be efficient," she said, clicking her pen. "I've learned it's better to establish boundaries early." She started reading from this paper like she was conducting a job interview. "Do you want to keep gifts after we break up? What about photos on social media? Should I delete them immediately or wait for a cooling off period?" This poor guy was trying so hard to play along. He kept looking around like maybe there were cameras or something. He asked if this was some kind of psychology experiment. "Oh no," she said, completely serious. "I just believe in closure systems. It prevents messy situations later." I brought their salads and she was still going. "What's your preferred method for returning personal items? Mail or in-person exchange? Do you want advance notice before I start dating again?" The guy was picking at his salad, barely eating. He kept trying to change the subject, asking about her hobbies or family, but she'd just redirect back to her questionnaire. "I'm sensing some resistance to the process," she said, making a note on her paper. "That's fine. I'll mark you down as avoidant communication style." By the time I brought their entrees, she was explaining her post-relationship social media protocol. Something about a 3-week waiting period before unfriending and specific rules about liking each other's posts. The guy finally spoke up. "Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really feeling a connection here." She didn't even look upset. She just smiled, said, "Thank you for your honesty," and checked a box on her form. Then she reached into her purse and handed him a sealed envelope. "In case you change your mind," she said. He stared at it like it might explode. "What is this?" "Just some additional information. Standard procedure." I watched him open it right there at the table. His eyes got huge and he started flipping through what looked like multiple pages. I couldn't see exactly what it was, but I heard him mutter, "Is this a spreadsheet?" She nodded. "Color-coded by relationship duration and outcome scenarios. Green for successful reconciliation, red for permanent separation, yellow for friends with benefits situations." The guy put his head in his hands. "This is insane." "I prefer thorough," she said, cutting her chicken like nothing weird was happening. He threw $20 on the table and basically ran out of there. She finished her meal alone, left a perfect 15% tip, and asked me to take a photo of her with the spreadsheet. "For my dating journal," she explained.